Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to implement dynamic IP routing to connect different networks, and here we are going to connect 4 networks with 2 routers. 4 by means 1 is this network, second is this network, and third is this network, and these routers means this router connection is also making another network. We are calling it fourth network. Okay, so here if you have not gone through the static IP routing with 2 routers, then the link is given in the description box. With easy steps you can learn how to statically configure the routers. So now we are going to configure these router dynamically with the help of routing information protocol. So let's start the session. Here this first network is class A network with ID 10.0.0, and this is also class A network with 20 as network ID, and third network is with the network ID 30.0.0. Okay, so here we are also providing class A addresses. For this router I will be providing address as 40.1.1, and for this router 40.1.2, and network is 40.0.0. Okay, so I have simply labeled these networks and the gateways and the host to save the time. So let's just configure it, as this is the pattern for the notations is that if we are using 2 networks, 2 hosts in the network, then I am providing the third IP as the gateway IP, and if I am having only 1 host in the network, then I am using the second IP as the gateway IP. So you may use any IP on any unused IP of the network as a gateway ID of the network. Okay, so I am using this like 2 hosts, then third is your gateway, first host, then second is your gateway, first host, second is your gateway. Okay, so let's just configure the host first. Go to IP config. Here the IP address is 10.1.1 and gateway is the subnet mask is this, and just set the gateway as 10.1.1.2. Okay, as I am having only 1 host, so I am using next IP as a gateway 10.1.2. For second network, first host is 20.1.1 and the gateway is 20.1.1.2, 3. Okay, as we have 2 systems, so third IP I am using as the gateway. For second host in the second network, again the gateway is 20.1.3 and the host ID is 20.1.2. okay, so you can see the labels for your hints. For third network, the IP is 30.1.1.1, subnet mask is this, and the gateway is 30.1.1.2. okay, you can check the label 30.1.1.2. so if you are not providing these gateways properly, then router will not be able to identify the network or communicate through the network. So for router identification, the gateways are the only identification of a network. So we have successfully provided the IP address and the host to every host, and also the gateway addresses. So now it's turn to configure the routers for these ports. So firstly we need to turn on the port labels to see where we need to configure the networks. Okay, so as we can see, for this fast Ethernet 0/0, the connected network is this 10.0.0, and for this another port that is fast Ethernet 1/0, the network is 20, and this is connected to fast Ethernet 0/0. okay, you can check it by moving the routers or any host or any node in the network. So let's just configure it. So move to configuration tab, and next for fast Ethernet 0, I need to set the first network. So firstly turn it on. You can also write the commands as we have discussed in the previous video. So you can also configure the router in command line mode. But here we are going to use the GUI interface only. 1.1.2. This is the gateway. I need to enter the gateway, not the host IDs. Subnet mask is taken automatically. So the first is configured. We can say that first port is configured and the dots turned green. You can see now it's done for fast Ethernet 1/0 for the second network. So for this we have gateway as 20.1.3 and the subnet mask is taken. Let's just turn it on and the dots turned green and it is booting. And you can see as I run the command or I enter the IP address, subnet mask or anything, the commands are already running. These commands are already running in the background. You can also configure these routers or ports with command line interface as well. Okay, now the third port of this router where a network is connected is this serial port 2/0. So here let's just turn it on and you can configure the IP address. So here I am providing the IP address as 40.1.1.1. So for this port 40.1.1.1 and subnet mask is taken automatically. Done. So all the ports of this router are configured. Now it's done for the second router. As this router is connected to two networks only, so we need to configure these two ports only. So move to configuration tab and for fast Ethernet 0/0 just enter the gateway. So gateway is 30.1.1.2 30.1.1.2. subnet mask taken automatically. So this port is configured and dot turned green. Now we need to configure this serial port, serial 2/0, because routers are connected to serial ports and through serial cable. This is serial DTE cable. Okay, you can check from the connections over here. So for this the ID I am using is 40.1.1.2. As for this network I am following the same pattern. As for this network, first node was 40.1.1.1. so second node will be 40.1.1.2. okay, so subnet mask is taken automatically. So all the ports are configured. So let's just hide the labels from the preferences. Okay, now configurations are done, but routing is not done. If you check, the routers are approachable from the systems or the host connected to their direct networks. This host is connected to the router. Okay, so let's just try again. Maybe you are getting the failure for the first time. This host to the router and the status is successful. Okay, you may get the failure status for the first time. So this router is also now connected to this router through the serial port and the status is successful. Okay, now check for the second router connections to first router and the status is again successful. And if you go for the any host of the third network, to the second router, second host to the third network's host to the second router, the status is also successful. So all the routers are connected to their directly connected networks, but let's check whether they are connected to other networks host or not. So for this, if I try to send a packet from the first network host to the second router, the status is failed. Okay, so it will always fail, not for the first time, you will always get the failure. Second time as well we are getting the failure. So you can try any number of times, you will get failure because routing is not defined. So we need to define the routing. Here this router is connected to this, as we have already checked the connection is okay, but this router is unaware of this network, and this second router is unaware of these two network, first two networks. So we need to define the routing as we have done in the static routing as well, but dynamic routing is easier, and adaptive routing where the router is going to decide the shortest path. We just need to define the connected networks to the routers. Okay, so as this router is connected to 3 networks, so we need to configure the router dynamically for 3 networks, and the router will automatically detect and find out the shortest path. Okay, so let's just configure. This is very easier than the static routing. So from the configuration tab we need to move to RIP, that is routing information protocol, and we need to add the networks only. Here I need to add the networks from which the router is connected. So here the first network is 10.0.0.0. Okay, while defining the routing, whether it is static or dynamic, you will be providing the network IDs only. Okay, network ID followed by zeros for the host ID. So the second network I am going to provide is 20.0.0, where the router is connected directly. Okay, so you need to define the network of all the connected ports. So here the second network is 20.0.0, simply add it. And the third network the router is connected is this is also a network, so the network is 40.0.0.0, simply click add. Okay, so the dynamic routing is done for the first router, and here the corresponding commands are network and the network ID. Network, you need to write the network and then the ID of the network, then ID. So by writing this 3 times, firstly you need to define the protocol as well, router RIP in the, this is global configuration mode. Okay, so this in the global configuration mode you need to define the router RIP, then the networks from which the router is communicating. Okay, so this is done for the router, first router. And if you have any confusion regarding the network, we can also label it. So this is your network with ID 40.0.0. Now it's time to configure another router, second router. Second router is connected to, go to RIP. Second router is now connected to 2 networks only. First is 40.0.0.0. So add this network, and the second network for which router is providing the communication is this 30.0.0. Okay, if you can check, it is 30.0.0. So simply add 30.0.0.0, add. Okay, so we need to add the network of every connected port with the router. Okay, now the configuration is done for dynamic routing. Now let's see the communication is active or not. The dots for router connection are turned green. Now let's just try to send a simple packet data unit from the host of one router connected network to the host of another networks. So this is the first host of first router. Let's see whether it is connected to the second router or not, and the status is successful. Okay, because I provided the time to the system for booting, that's why we are getting the successful status for the first time also. So next time I am trying to send a packet data unit from the third network to the second network, and it failed. Okay, it is still taking some time, so let's try it again. PDU from the third network to second network, and this time it is successful. Okay, So this is the way how you can define the dynamic routing. You can check for any other host within network also, the operation will be successful always from first to third successful. Okay, so the dynamic routing is very easy. You need not to define the complete path or next hop for the network. You are simply providing the network IDs. So for routing you are dealing with the IDs, network IDs only, but for the port configuration you need to provide the gateways ID. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks a lot and bye, take care.